Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I welcome you. If you're not new here, I welcome you back. So we're just coming up to the end of the day here folks. We're on the Wiltshire Canal here and the sun's just going down. So I'm hoping there's just enough light to do this video before I head back. So today's little chinwag folks is going to be about not being afraid of change and not to let fear get in the way of you doing things. So I'm just going to take you back to 2009 where I made one huge change, my biggest change ever, which was my first ever big change. I went travelling. I left everything behind basically, in a nutshell, and went travelling. Previous to that, I was just working a 8 till 5 Monday to Friday job, just plodding along with life, you know, just doing the normal thing, you know, enjoying things but not really getting anywhere and just feeling a bit stagnant, and always had the itch to go somewhere, you know, always had the itch to kind of go travelling, but I was either in a relationship or there was other things going on in my life where I just didn't have the opportunity to do it, you know, or maybe they were just excuses, who knows. Anyways, in 2009 I had a breakup, and then I had a huge urge to just drop everything and leave, which is exactly what I did in a nutshell. I put a lot of stuff into storage, I sold a lot of stuff, and off I went. And do you know what sparked it off the most, folks? Do you know what sparked it off the most? I was working with a guy one day on a building site in the freezing cold, and he was in his 50s, decent guy, you know, nothing wrong with him. He'd been in the building game his whole life, and he was a proper builder, if you know what I mean. He was, you know, he was a proper builder basically. You'll know what I mean if you're in the building game. Anyways, we were working together one day, and he asked me what I'd like to do, you know, where I'd like to go on holiday and this, that kind of thing. And I told him I'd like to go travelling, I'd like to just drop everything and leave, you know. And he just laughed and kind of made a joke in front of other people. He made a joke of me for wanting to follow my dream, basically, you know. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And that's what I did basically, you know. I was scared, yes. I was leaving everything. I was selling a lot of stuff that I didn't think I would sell. I was basically uprooting and leaving my family and friends and everything to make this huge change. But I knew it was a change that I wanted to do, you know. So I did it, and I went for nearly 2 years. I came back from the trip home, and before this I was a carpenter by trade, and I really didn't enjoy the industry, to be honest with you. I didn't enjoy it in the end, you know. I just wanted to change. That was something else I was wanting to change. So when I came back from travelling, I could have quite easily have got back into carpentry, you know. I could have quite easily have fallen back into that. Not bad pay, it's pretty decent, you know, for this country, but I really didn't want to fall back into it because I knew I was being unhappy, you know. So I ended up getting into the care sector, and that's something I'd wanted to do before. I was taking a huge pay cut, almost half of what I could have earned through carpentry, but I chose to live a cheaper lifestyle when I came back. Therefore I was able to start at the bottom in care and kind of progress my way up, you know, and that's exactly what I did. So for 3 years, I think it was, I was training. I got my qualifications in care and all of that, and at the time the plan was to kind of go back over to New Zealand because I was missing it hugely. Within that time I got back into another relationship, and I just kind of fell back into that kind of 9 to 5 lifestyle, you know, just normal kind of lifestyle. And after a huge travel, I wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't feeling it, you know. So I just felt like I had to change again. So after 3 or 4 years I was living in Chester, had a great time there, everything was good, you know, but like I say, I was just getting these itchy feet. So another relationship broke down and I found myself once again in this place of being on my own and being able to do what I want, kind of thing. Could have stayed in the position I was, very comfortable, everything was going okay, but I just felt I wasn't happy again. So yeah, I made a change. I found a kind of area within the care sector that I work in where I was able to work 4 weeks on and have 4 weeks off. This was 6 or 7 years ago now, so that's exactly what I did. I found a job within that kind of area where I was able to work 4 weeks on and off, and from then on and up until this day that's what I've been doing. I've been working for 4 weeks, and I've been traveling every other month for 6 to nearly 7 years now, you know. And if I'd have stayed in that same job in Chester, that same care job, I wouldn't have been doing what I've been doing for the last 6 or 7 years. I would have just been moaning probably, and being a bit bitter towards the world about, you know, I'm not happy, blah blah blah. And I think that's most people's problem that aren't happy in life. If you're not happy in your job, or you're not happy with something, make a change. I know it's difficult, I know it can be scary, I know it can be. I've done it many times. That's just a couple of examples I've given you there of like changes that I've made, you know. And it's getting out of your comfort zone. Just getting out of your comfort zone. You know, we all get into that little comfortable, and that's how society has moulded us, basically, in my eyes. I'm not going to go off subject, but you know, we've been moulded into creatures to be comfortable and to just be happy with what we've got, and we can't get anything more. And you know, like that builder friend I was telling you about, he was telling me I couldn't get any more basically than what I've got now, and just be happy with what I've got. I was like, no, there's more for me, you know. And that's what I did. So don't let fear get in the way. I mean, I'm getting myself out of my comfort zone right now. There's people on the bridge over there. Don't know if you're going to see them there, but anyways, there's people just watching me with my camera in my hand. Now, I do vlogs all the time. I do travel vlogs, but they are different to this kind of vlog that I'm doing here right now, where I'm just sat in front of the camera talking to you guys. I know there's people watching me sat in this field, but I just wanted to give you guys a nice backdrop. I wanted you to see this beautiful little canal behind me here. So I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone here. I don't feel very comfortable. I'm talking to a camera. People can hear what I'm talking about. And but I know if I continue to do these little videos, I need to get comfortable with that. And the more I practice, the more I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna feel, you know, less bothered by what other people think. Not that I'm bothered by what people think right now, but you know, it's pushing myself out of my comfort zone. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you're not happy with something, or you really want to change something, and you can see that other thing in your sight, go for it, man. Seriously, like, because realistically, how many times have you made the decision and it really hasn't turned out for you? You know, it's gone really tits up kind of thing. Probably not that many times, you know. I mean, if you make a decision and something goes wrong, generally 9 times out of 10, or 9.9 times out of 10, you can correct that mistake, you know. When I went traveling, for example, you know, loads of things going through my mind. I was thinking, shit, what if I just kind of, I don't know, I come back and I'm homeless, or I can't get a job, or then I was thinking, reality check. The worst comes to worst, I come back, I get a job, I find somewhere to live, that's it. I knew there was things that, you know, places that I could, you know, end if I had to, I could stay somewhere. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, I'm gonna have to leave this video in a minute because it's getting dark. The mist's coming over the fields. It's absolutely beautiful. This is what I'm facing. It's a beautiful mist here, just coming onto the fields. But yeah, folks, embrace change. Honestly, embrace change, because when you make a change, when you are not happy with something and you can see something else that you're going to be more happy with, and you go for it and you get it, there's no better feeling, you know. And once you've done it once, you do it a second time, a third time, and you just gain more confidence with it, and you realize that, yeah, generally things will turn out, you know. So like I say, I'm talking to this camera now. Even though I do travel vlogs all the time, it doesn't mean I'm comfortable in front of the camera. I'm showing you guys what I'm seeing, you know, so I've got other things to show you and to distract you and me. But now I'm just sat in front of this camera talking to a camera, which is a lot different in my eyes. So anyways, folks, I think that's it. Don't be afraid of change, you know, embrace change. Don't let fear beat you. Don't let fear beat you. Okay, so whatever you want, go and get it. All right. Now, can you see that moon in that sky before I leave? All right, folks, until next time, take care and have fun. Peace.